state your first and last name and spell them for the benefit of the court report.
My name is Chris Hill.
And where do you work?
Work at Natchez State Park.
I want to ask you about April the 4th of 2011. Okay.
Okay.
8 or 9 days before the 13th, which is the day that Holly Bobo disappeared.
Okay.
Okay. On April the 4th of 2011, did you have occasion to come in contact with Zach Adams?
Yes, I did.
Any whereabouts?
It was a traffic stop on Highway 114 in the park.
Was it a routine traffic stop? I mean, did it go routinely?
It did not.
Okay. At some point, what did Mr. Adams do?
He fled on foot.
Was he pursued?
He was.
And was he arrested?
Yes, he was arrested.
Did you have occasion to observe him before he took off running?
Yes, I did.
And did you have occasion to observe him face to face, body to body, after he was arrested?
Yes.
I want to ask you, after that arrest, okay, on April the 4th of 2011, did he have any long linear scratches down his left arm
No, sir.
that weren't there?
No, sir.
No further questions.
Now, on April the 4th, 2011, this whole incident began because there was a tree down, power lines down due to a tree in the state park. Isn't that right?
That is correct.
And you were actually there assisting some people with traffic and trying to direct them to get around the power lines, weren't you?
Yes, I was stopping traffic while I worked on trees.
Okay. And then suddenly this white car comes up. And do you remember specifically what happened next?
Remember the vehicle drove down the wrong side of the road past the cars I had stopped at a little bit of high rate of speed and got to the tree and turned around. I stopped at the vehicle as it was coming back out then.
Okay, so what happens is this car, and let's be clear, do you remember what kind of car Mr. Adams was driving?
It was a pickup truck. Without my notes, I don't remember from 6 years ago the make or anything.
Did you review this before you came today?
It's been a week or so since I've looked at it.
Okay, so if I told you you put down that it was a white Nissan pickup truck. You even specifically put down that the tag was 574 CBJ.
Okay.
That would have been fairly accurate in your report, wouldn't you assume?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, you wouldn't have a habit of putting down a brand and a color of pickup truck if it wasn't something you had observed.
Right.
Okay. So this white pickup truck kind of comes up and sees you stopped on the side of the road directing traffic, and he zips into the ongoing traffic lane, passes you, tries to speed on down, and then suddenly realizes he's blocked and can't get past the power lines. Is that what happened?
Well, he came around a whole line of cars. I was at the front of the line. There was probably half a dozen cars he came around to get to where I was.
So clearly this person was driving erratically.
Yes.
And sped by a police officer.
Yes.
And that's when he realized he had to turn around and come back is when you pulled him over.
Correct.
And at that point, then you found there was a camouflage bag on the floor of the car.
Yes.
And you picked up the camouflage bag to see what was in it.
Yes.
And by bag, it's just a little, is it a drawstring bag with materials in it?
It was like a fanny pack.
Okay, fanny pack.
Yeah.
So you pick up this little fanny pack and you're getting ready to open it to see what's in it. Mr. Adams rips it out of your hands and takes off running through the woods, doesn't he?
Yes.
Clearly, whatever was in that bag, he didn't want you to see it, did he?
Correct.
And as he's running through the woods, he's unzipping the bag and throwing things out of the bag.
Right.
And so you, at this point, are required to hightail it right after him and try to catch him. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Did you know Mr. Adams before this?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So you're chasing after him. You catch him, don't you?
Yes.
You catch up to him.
Yes.
You had to tackle him to get him to the ground, right?
I shoved him to make him go to the ground.
You shoved him to the ground. And then, I mean, it was a pretty physical arrest at that point, isn't it?
Well, then he went down fairly easy. He tried to scratch at my hand after I got him down for just a second or two before he calmed down.
He tried to scratch at you,
At my hands, yes.
like with his fingernails?
Yes.
Okay. And so at that point, and you're doing this in the woods, right? He's not running down the road.
Right.
It's through the woods.
Right.
Okay. And do you remember what color shirt he had on?
No, I do not remember.
Do you remember what, like long sleeve, short sleeve, what it looked like?
I do not remember.
Do you remember what kind of pants he had on?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And then at that point, you handcuffed him and you arrest him.
Correct.
And that white pickup truck that he was driving, that Nissan pickup truck, it got impounded, didn't it?
As I recall, the Henderson County Sheriff's Department was there as well, and I think they took an interest in the truck.
Okay. So he didn't get to drive that truck home that day.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, after you had physical, you kind of went full hands on with Mr. Adams, right?
Okay.
Pushing him to the ground. Did you fill out an incident report about the physical contact you had with him?
That was included in the incident report for the whole event.
So, under your department regulations, you're not required to fill out a special physical contact report when you have full hands-on contact with a potential arrestee?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you didn't fill out anything other than just this arrest report and what happened right here, isn't that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Under what conditions are you required to fill out a full hands-on report?
If there was an injury or if we had to use some type of a weapon.
Okay, and then that goes in your record too, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So you would prefer not to have those filled out, wouldn't you?
Really would make no difference to me.
No?
Talked about impounding the truck, right? Say something about that.
As I recall, the local sheriff's department talked about it, and I believe it was released just a day or two later.
It was released just a day or two later.
That's the outcome.
Your Honor, I object to him speculating. If he knows, that's one thing, but if he's just speculating, I object to that testimony.
You know,
Are you just guessing, or is this something you checked on before?
Just going off my memory.
On your memory?
Yes.
Okay, so you're not just guessing.
Right.
Are y'all in the business of seizing cars as park rangers?
Our department does not typically seize cars. Usually we hand those cases over to the sheriff's department to take care of.
And then the car is released.
Yes.
As a police officer, do you try to take note after you arrest somebody, especially if you've had to put your hands on them, as to their physical condition?
Absolutely.
Why do you do that?
Because don't want any chance of any kind of contamination between any kind of bodily fluids they might have in ourselves.
Okay. So you're looking for blood, whether or not blood has been transferred?
Exactly.
How about to ensure the person doesn't claim you did something that you didn't do?
Right.
I mean, do you try to protect yourself too?
Yes. Yes.
And so if you had seen bloody linear scratches, is that something you would have taken note of?
Absolutely.
But they weren't there.
Right.
okay.
I'm asking about this truck now. You said Henderson County Sheriff's Department is the one that came and impounded the truck. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember specifically who the registered owner of that truck was?
I don't remember the name. I believe it was Mr. Adams' grandfather.
Okay. And so how is it that you happen to remember that?
It's in my mind.
Okay. Was that something that you had discussed with the district attorney? Did the district attorney tell you that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. But you weren't involved because you're a park ranger. You wouldn't have been there when the truck was released.
Correct.
And actually, you don't even know where it was. Do you know where it was towed to?
It would be speculation.
Okay.
All right.
So no further questions.
Done. All right, thank you. You're free to leave. Oh, your name?
Christy Clean.